Okay, so this is basically how I preface every video with the excuse me for looking like shit, but this one I have a legitimate reason. So for some reason, despite being a huge Chucky fan, I had only known this trailer dropped like today. And the moment I saw it, I was like, hey, I got a new stand, which you can probably tell how much more leveled out it looks. I got shit to do this, might as well just go ahead and make a video about it. So I want to do a reaction to it because I don't know if y'all know because my first video here ever, I believe, was a video showing off my Chucky collection, which honestly hasn't grown much bigger over time. And that shit popped off. That shit kind of went crazy. So I was I was kind of tempted to do this because Chucky's been one of my big interests for years now. I hyper fixated on Chucky for longer than I should have because I find it hard to have multiple different interests at once. Chucky was that thing for a while. So I just wanted to see this trailer because I thought Chucky was going in an interesting direction. I really like Chucky, and it kind of started popping off this small little channel. So let's get to the reaction. I'll give my thoughts afterwards. That that Chucky design is just so good. There's something about
like the thrill is gone. Oh, what's the point?
this is such
Now
an
I gotta
interesting and
fucking
unique
clean
take.
this up. I'm dying, Tiff. Who would have thought it would all end like this?
That's true. I would have never
Chucky,
thought
you're
about that. I
a
thought they would have went for
cockroach.
something
You
like
always come back.
I thought they would have went for something like him like being
Not
killed by
this
Andrew or
time.
something. But this, like characterizing Dumbledore.
Don't you want to
is
go
the most
down in
interesting
history as
take
the
they could have
greatest
done.
serial killer of all time?
You're right.
Why do they have such a
Whoever's
on-off
left when the
relationship? It's
dust
so weird.
settles will always remember one name. Who the fuck is
This is
Chucky?
gonna be such a crazy piece. I can feel that they're just planting the seeds for like doing the most insane possible story.
Something is happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, something very serious.
What we're dealing with is supernatural. The spirits are trying to warn you about Chucky. He's dying for good this time.
He's the only one who knows where my sister is.
They're gonna have to keep him alive. But he deserves the kill. It's like none of it even matters to him. The classy of
We
characters are
all
gonna be so
live
good,
on
but
one side of
It's
the
always
knife or the other. It's just that my side is a lot more fun.
was that Charles a few seasons ago?
Your family
Was
is
it
in
more
danger.
backstory? How's that working?
remember?
Now,
God,
I'm
they're so
going
gay.
for
They're
the
such, they're such faggots. I love them.
Dan!
Kill her, Lisa.
My name is fucking Chucky!
Who did he take over?
Oh, I just love a good sequel. Don't you?
I mean, Cosplay 2 is considered one of the best Chucky movies out there. I'd argue it's a pretty fucking good sequel. That just looked so good, and I started to piece together some of it. Like when I had asked about Charles, it seemed to happen like after the scene where they had been like trying to talk to Charles spiritually. Maybe we're gonna get to see the ghost of Charles, which it's always a complete treat to like see Charles like just outside of the doll. It's always so interesting and unique, which is something I really loved about the earlier seasons where they were giving like lore tidbits to like his backstory and stuff and didn't go too far into the like, well, I was bullied. No, he was just crazy, but you still got to see it. You got to see like the origin, the smaller things that were really interesting. So maybe there's potential for that here if his spirit does show up. The voice acting so far, and the nukes, fucking nukes, like how did I like not even catch that when I was watching it? I just heard nukes, I'm like, And then I'm going crazy about all the small shit. Meanwhile, Chucky's talking about fucking dropping nukes. That's insane. I mean, it makes sense. It is a logical place to go from him wanting to go out with just a big bang. That was a stupid joke. Like, wanting to go out just as, a name. I mean, he is the Lakeshore Strand, but this is different. It's such a unique take. And for them to have to keep him alive after everything they've been through, like, I don't know, maybe there could almost be like a small little bit of bond that they don't want to admit, like they had with the good Chucky, or like Jake had with Chucky in season one. We don't really know exactly where it's gonna go. I am hoping that Chucky and Tiffany like get to work together a bit more because I do want to see that before it all ends. But if there's two movies, then how are they gonna explain away if he does die due to this whole Dumbala thing? And like, what's he gonna do without Dumbala if he doesn't get him back? Like in the next two movies, I don't know. I'm really hoping not to see it for a while because I don't want Chucky to end. It's just one of my biggest interests ever, and just this looked good on every aspect. I don't think I could get my words out on all of it, but the characterization of the characters seems spot on. The voice acting, the idea they have is really unique. So far to me, this show just has not fell off, and it stayed as one of my top three favorite shows. It's so good. But yeah, and if y'all haven't realized, I did some customization of my Chucky doll. If y'all want to see a video about why I did that and what I did to him, I could possibly do that in the future. But as of right now, thanks for watching, and I guess catch Chucky season 3 part 2. It's a real shame that it got cut off. We had to wait a while for it, but I'm glad it's here.